You're being distracted on purpose. Here's why it's dangerous. Look around you. Right now, just for a second. What do you see? Maybe you're in your room, or your office, or a coffee shop. But I'm not asking about the walls or the furniture. I'm asking about you. What are you doing right now? You clicked on this video for a reason. Maybe you were scrolling and the title caught your eye. Maybe you felt a little jab, a little twinge of recognition, because deep down, you know something is off. You know that the life you want to be living, the person you want to become, is being hijacked. It's being stolen from you, piece by piece, minute by minute. And you might not even realize who the thief is. The title of this video isn't clickbait. It's a diagnosis. You are being distracted on purpose, and it is the single most dangerous force in your life today, because it is robbing you of your future. It is robbing you of your power. It is robbing you of your ability to think, to create, to connect, and to become the person you claim you want to be. Let's start by dismantling this idea that distraction is your fault. We've all been there. We beat ourselves up. We say, I have no discipline. I have no willpower. I'm lazy. I can't focus. We internalize this failure. We think there's something morally wrong with us. But what if I told you that this feeling of inadequacy is not a sign of your weakness, but rather a testament to the strength of the system designed to exploit you? Because that's what this is. It's a system. It is not an accident that you pick up your phone to check the time and find yourself 45 minutes later watching a video of a dog on a skateboard or doom scrolling through arguments between people you don't know. That is not a coincidence. That is not a failure of your character alone. That is a multi-trillion-dollar economy engineered specifically to capture and monetize your attention. Think about that for a second. Some of the smartest engineers, the most brilliant data scientists, the most persuasive psychologists on the planet are waking up every day and going to work with one single objective: to figure out how to keep you looking at a screen. Their job is to find the cracks in your psychological armor and exploit them. They are building supercomputers that live in your pocket, designed to push the exact right button at the exact right time to trigger a dopamine hit. Dopamine, that's the key. It's the chemical of desire, of anticipation, of seeking. It's not the chemical of pleasure, it's the chemical of wanting more. And your phone is a dopamine delivery system that puts a crack cocaine addiction to shame. Every little red notification, every buzz, every like, every comment, it's a tiny variable reward. And variable rewards are the most addictive thing on earth. It's the same reason a slot machine works. You pull the lever, you don't know if you're going to win. That uncertainty is what keeps you hooked. Pull, 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 just one more time. Swipe, 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 just one more video. Refresh, 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 just one more piece of news. You are being fed a constant stream of digital candy, and it's rotting your mind. It's rotting your ability to do the one thing that separates humans from every other creature on this planet: sustained, deep, focused thought. This is where the danger becomes existential. Because if you cannot think deeply, you cannot solve complex problems. If you cannot solve complex problems, you cannot create value. If you cannot create value, you will always be working for someone else, living according to someone else's timeline, chasing someone else's dream. We are living in an era of unprecedented access to information. We have the entirety of human knowledge in our pockets. We have tools that our grandparents couldn't have imagined in their wildest science fiction dreams. And what are we doing with it? We are using this godlike power to watch other people live scripted lives on 15-second loops. We are using it to get into arguments with strangers about politics we don't fully understand. We are using it to compare our behind-the-scenes bloopers with everyone else's highlight reel. And in the process, we are losing ourselves. Let me paint you a picture of the danger. Imagine you are a sculptor. You have a block of marble, and you have a vision in your head of a beautiful statue. The statue is the life you want to build, the business you want to start, the book you want to write, the body you want to build, the relationship you want to nurture. The work of sculpting is hard. It requires focus. It requires you to look at that block of marble for hours, days, months, and chip away at everything that doesn't look like your vision. It requires you to be present, to be in the struggle, to be bored even. Now imagine that every 5 minutes, someone comes into your studio and hits you on the back of the head with a hammer. Just a little tap. Not hard enough to knock you out, but just hard enough to make you lose your train of thought, to make you drop your chisel, to make you forget what you were doing. Tap. Look at this shiny thing. Tap. Someone said something mean about you online. Tap. Look at this funny cat. Tap. Here's a breaking news alert. Tap. Look at what your ex is doing. Tap. Here's a sale on something you don't need. You can't sculpt like that. You can't build anything like that. You can't become anyone like that. You can't even figure out who you are like that. And that is exactly what is happening to you every single day. From the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, with your phone glowing next to your bed. The danger isn't just that you're wasting time. The danger is that you are losing the ability to direct your own mind. You are outsourcing your attention. And where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, your life goes. If your attention is constantly being pulled into 1,000 different directions, your life becomes 1,000 different, unfinished, shallow pieces. You become a person of fragments. You know a little bit about a lot of nothing. You have strong opinions about things that don't matter. You feel busy, overwhelmed, and anxious. But when you look back at the end of the day, you realize you've accomplished nothing of substance. This is the danger. This is why it's a weapon. An idle mind isn't just the devil's workshop. A distracted mind is the devil's playground. When you are distracted, you are manageable. You are predictable. You are a consumer. A distracted population is easy to control. Give them bread and circuses. Give them an endless stream of content. Keep them scrolling. Keep them arguing. Keep them afraid. Keep them wanting the next phone, the next outfit, the next vacation, the next like. A person who is constantly wanting is a person who is constantly working to satisfy those wants. They are the perfect cogs in a machine that is designed to extract wealth from the bottom and move it to the top. You are the product. Your attention is the raw material. And they are mining it with ruthless efficiency. So, what do? How do we fight back? How do we reclaim our minds? How do we step out of the arena of distraction and into the life we were meant to live? It starts with a decision. A radical, violent, defiant decision. You have to decide that you are worth more than the sum of your data points. You have to decide that your life is not a commodity to be traded on the open market. You have to decide that you want to be the sculptor, not the marble. The first step is awareness. You have to become a watcher of your own mind. For the next week, I want you to simply notice. Notice how many times you reach for your phone when you're bored. Notice the feeling of anxiety you get when you're in line at the grocery store and you don't have anything to look at. Notice the urge to check your notifications the second you have a difficult thought or a challenging task in front of you. Don't judge yourself for it. Just observe it. See it for what it is. See it as a trigger. You are Pavlov's dog, and the bell is ringing. The first step to breaking the conditioning is to hear the bell and recognize it for what it is. The second step is space. You have to create a physical and temporal space between you and the machine. Your phone is a tool. It is not an organ. You do not need to sleep with it. Buy an alarm clock, a real one. Charge your phone in another room. The last 30 minutes of your day and the first 30 minutes of your day should be yours. They should not be Zuckerberg's or Musk's or the news channels. They should be yours. Use that time to read a book, to write in a journal, to plan your day, to sit in silence, to think, to just be. When you wake up and the first thing you do is grab your phone, you are handing the reins of your mind to someone else before your feet even touch the floor. You are starting your day in a state of reactivity. You are reacting to the world's problems, the world's dramas, the world's desires, before you have even had a moment to connect with your own. Take back your morning. It is sacred. The third step is depth. You have to practice focusing. Your attention span is a muscle. If you spend all day lifting 5-pound weights, you're not going to be able to lift 200 pounds when you need to. If you spend all day in 5-second bursts of attention, you're not going to be able to focus on a complex task for 4 hours when your life depends on it. You have to build the muscle back up. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Put your phone in the other room. Turn off the Wi-Fi if you have to. And work on one thing. One single thing. That's it. When your mind wanders, and it will, just gently bring it back. Don't get angry, just bring it back. That act of bringing it back over and over again is the workout. That's the rep. Do that every day. Stretch it to 30 minutes, then to an hour, then to 2 hours. Learn to enter what the psychologists call flow. That state where you lose track of time because you are so deeply immersed in a meaningful challenge. That is where the magic happens. That is where you create. That is where you solve problems. That is where you become the person you are capable of being. The fourth step is intention. You have to know what you want. Distraction thrives in a vacuum. If you don't have a clear, compelling vision for your life, the world will be happy to fill that void with its vision for you. Its vision is you as a good little consumer, scrolling through your feed, buying the products they advertise, feeling inadequate so you'll buy more stuff to fix it, and never ever posing a threat to the status quo. You need a mission. You need a reason to get out of bed in the morning that has nothing to do with your phone. What is the statue you are trying to sculpt? What is the one thing that you would do if you knew you couldn't fail? What is the problem in the world that you feel uniquely qualified to solve? What is the story you need to tell? Get specific. Write it down. Make it so real that you can taste it. Because that vision, that burning desire, is your shield. It is the thing that will give you the power to say no to the trivial so you can say yes to the essential. When you have a massive goal, when you are trying to build an empire, when you are trying to write a symphony, When you are trying to get in the best shape of your life, the allure of the little screen fades. The opinions of strangers on the internet become noise. The drama of the news cycle becomes irrelevant. You have work to do. You have a life to build. This is a war. It's a war for your mind. And in any war, you have to choose a side. Are you going to be a passive observer in your own existence, letting the algorithms decide what you think about, what you feel, and what you want? Or are you going to be a warrior for your own soul? The reason this is dangerous is not just because you might waste a few hours a day. It's because a wasted day becomes a wasted week. A wasted week becomes a wasted month. A wasted month becomes a wasted year. And a string of wasted years becomes a wasted life. And a wasted life is not just a tragedy for you, it is a tragedy for all of us. The world doesn't need another person who is really good at watching TikToks. The world doesn't need another person who can recite the plot of a Netflix series, but can't articulate their own values. The world needs you, the real you. The you that exists underneath all the noise. The you with the weird ideas, the passion, the creativity, the love, the anger at injustice, the desire to build something new. That you is being suffocated. It's being buried under an avalanche of distraction. So, I'm asking you today, I'm begging you, fight back. Throw off the shackles. It is hard. It is going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel the phantom limb syndrome of your phone. You're going to feel bored. Good. Be bored. Let the boredom sit. Let your mind wander in its own space without a digital leash. That boredom is the soil in which creativity grows. Don't be a passenger in your own life. Grab the wheel. It's shaky. The road is bumpy. You might crash a few times, but at least you'll be driving. At least you'll be heading somewhere. At least you'll be alive. Stop scrolling. Start living. Put the phone down. Look up. Look at the person next to you. Look at the sky. Look at your own two hands and ask yourself, what am I going to build with these? What am I going to become? The world is trying to keep you small. It's trying to keep you distracted. It's trying to keep you quiet. Prove them wrong. Take back your mind. Take back your life. Start now. Turn off the notifications. Put the phone in the other room. And begin. The clock is ticking. Your future is waiting. And it belongs to you, and you alone. Don't give it away for free.